Shop Talk
Number
34.
34. Bow, 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 bow.
This week,
This week is
it's a confession week. Confession of a wood hoarder.
we are presenting to you Confessions of a Wood Hoarder.
And I confess that is me.
Yeah, it definitely is not me. Up to this point, let's just put it this way, okay? So
Yeah.
up to this point in my time building, if I can just relate this so people kind of understand. I built an acoustic guitar and some electric bodies and have some necks and some fretboards. And all of this has come from
Overflow? Could you call it?
overflow, yeah, just boards lying around, and none of it has been chintzy stuff. I mean, tops, guitar tops. I'm putting on my electric guitars that I have a bunch there. I did buy some tops, and you can see that in the my unboxing video from a couple weeks ago. But that's it. That was the first wood I had
that
to
you
buy.
ever- That's crazy.
Yeah, so where did all this wood come from?
I don't know.
And, like, you've only been in this shop for how long? Going on 5 years now?
Has it been 5 years?
Maybe not. 3 years?
3 or 4? No,
It's
it's
gotta be
gotta
more
be
than
at least
4.
4 or 5. Yeah.
Yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
So you had this wood in your little shop down in the other place as well.
Somehow, yeah.
Somehow
Most
a lot
of
of
it.
it, well, except for that. If you
Yeah.
can see over our shoulder.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
They
Okay.
can see that.
So all of this wood has come from stuff that Zach had just lying around. And I mean, I have to twist his arm a little bit to get some of this wood. But the easiest question is, Zach, what are you going to use this for? I don't know. But then why can't I use it? Because I do know what I can use it for.
I'm getting better.
Are you?
better? Yeah.
Actually, the other day,
Uh-huh.
well, it was actually a couple weeks now, you posted on the social medias
Yeah.
and you got rid of
Yeah.
a large stack of
Oh, pieces that I've had since I started 10 years ago.
exotic pieces.
Oh yeah, yeah.
What was in there?
Oh, there was everything.
Cody,
There was
rosewoods,
some ebony, some
maples.
lots of figured woods.
Oh, it was just a whole collection of stuff that he just had stored around
For 10 years.
for 10 years.
Some of it.
Wow.
See, I'm getting better.
Yeah. So the question really has to come down to, you know, what wood should you keep?
Yeah.
I mean, now we know you do have a problem. What wood is worth keeping? Like,
wood
what
hoarding
is
problem,
it
right?
after
We're
10 years of doing this?
Are we
Yeah,
talking
wood
about the
hoarding.
wood hoarding problem? Okay, yeah.
Wood hoarding.
Okay.
You know, what wood have you found after 10 years was really worth keeping, and, you know, what should you maybe not have even bought in the first place?
Yeah.
So let's start with the big pile above your head.
So this big pile above my head is a wood that I will keep or sell some of it. But basically, I'm not going to hoard it.
No.
Well, I guess I have been hoarding
Yeah.
it. But it was being sold. It would have been... I don't think much of it would have been used because a lot of it was twisted and stuff.
Right.
So I like to think that in many ways I saved that wood.
Yeah.
But it's also an exotic. It's Honduras rosewood,
Right.
which I also feel like with a wood like that, I almost feel a responsibility. Like, well, I do feel a responsibility to use it very efficiently and very in a way that does justice to the tree.
Yeah,
And,
fair enough. Which could be in furniture. It doesn't have to be in a guitar. You're not being snooty like, oh, and it has to be in the guitar. No.
Although a guitar uses very little wood
yeah,
compared to a
piece of
solid
furniture,
piece. Yeah, solid desk or drawer.
or
a desk,
or a
dresser,
cupboard, or an island
top.
Yeah.
Yeah, but other than that pile,
Yeah. Well, where did that pile come from? So you said you saved it from something.
yeah.
It was in a
it was in another wood hoarder's.
a wood hoarder.
shed.
Actually, it was his son. So whoever had hoarded it, his son was now selling the place and was selling off this wood. And here's where you can go the other way. There was a whole load of walnut there as well.
Yeah.
Which has been there for quite a
I should
while.
have got that walnut.
And I should have grabbed that walnut.
Oh no.
Well, but you think about for some guitar bodies.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run out actually in a while, and I do love a good walnut guitar body, and I need something. And around here, this walnut could come from fallen trees, just down the road. A little bit further afield than right down the road, but in our same province, yeah. So I mean, I do wish I grabbed a little bit of that wood. Yeah, that's part of me is.
Yeah, but the other thing is this is where we get back to our problem here. I didn't know it was Honduras rosewood when I bought it.
No.
I actually didn't know what it was.
You thought it might be Nara?
Yeah, I had no idea.
You were
it seemed
unsure,
like visually, it seemed like the closest thing was Nara.
Yeah.
But I had never worked with Nara
No.
before.
We actually had to do shavings off of it.
Yeah, doing like a
the black light test.
fluorescence.
Yeah.
Because
Fluorescing.
rosewoods fluoresce blue,
Yellow, green.
bluish green.
Bluish green.
Yeah, and this one did fluoresce bluish green. So we knew it was a rosewood, but Brazilian rosewood does not fluoresce.
At all.
So it wouldn't.
We knew it wasn't Brazilian rosewood.
Yeah, we knew it wasn't, and the smell wasn't Brazilian rosewoody.
Right. And
the next
then
test,
how did we? Yeah,
because there's a bunch of rosewood.
yeah. It could have been Amazonian rosewood.
There are only 2 or 3 rosewoods that are more dense than water, so they'll sink. So we cut chunks and tossed it in a bucket, and it sunk. So we knew it was either was it Honduras rosewood, Amazon rosewood?
I think they were the only
or Kingwood was
something
the other
that
one, but
it
didn't.
wasn't.
Look.
Yeah.
So we had to go by visuals after that. Anyways, long story short,
Yes.
I bought this wood thinking that it might be. Regardless, it was a good deal.
It turned out to be a better deal than what you had at the time, though. This shows where it can actually pay off to be a hoarder.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah,
like in this case, you got lucky.
But I also feel like I was able to feel the wood. It was heavy. I hate to say this, but it rang.
Yeah.
It sounded very glassy when you rub your fingers on it.
Spend your money on me. Grab me.
Exactly.
I was actually honestly shocked when because we had the trailer and he said, "Yeah, okay, I'll just grab it all." Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you did. I think we'll see how much of it hangs around, because herein lies the other issue. So that's a positive story.
Yeah.
Okay, which is great.
Do you want to talk about the other stack that's
what about the stack that's down between?
I don't know if they can see that one. Probably
No,
not.
okay.
Anyways, there's a stack of boards there, which has been there for how long?
Well,
3 years?
Since you started building, or just very soon after your place. So it's going close to 3 years at least. Yeah.
So it's been there, and I'd like to say that it's been in the way for about 3 years. And guess what?
It's not an ideal location. Okay,
No.
it would have been right after you did your
Wait,
first
what is
course.
it? I haven't even said what it is.
Sorry,
okay,
I just was thinking about the time frame.
you're right. Okay.
Yeah.
But it's boards.
That was the last time somebody used that bench.
So when we dug our well at our homestead there, we dug it right where the old well was. And the crib from the old well was there. And there were a bunch of boards that were really well preserved down there.
Oh, boy.
Really cool. I think probably spruce or hemlock or something. Maybe pine. Anyways.
And it's hard to come by pine around here.
No, but it has a story, and it's actually gray, like throughout the wood.
Right.
It seems, or like a good ways into the wood. So I was thinking, cool, I could make a project out of that.
Yeah.
I've recently decided that I'm just gonna maybe have a bonfire with it.
Why?
So-
What is the problem with it?
It's impregnated with sand and rocks and stuff, and I don't
really?
want to put that through my.
It really is like it's unbelievable.
And that's part of the reason why it's still there.
yeah.
So why the heck is it still there?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I have
'Cause
no
we haven't had a
idea.
bonfire.
Wow, come on! You could at least toss it out. I got a whole wood pile out there, that
Yeah.
wood that I'm burning, in which I've tossed some of your wood already.
But yeah, there's a good example.
There's a good example of some.
I feel like the reason I've gotten better over the past few years
Yeah.
is that I have established an aesthetic that I like.
Okay.
So that I think that's the dangerous thing when you're getting into guitar making is you see all these different woods and you're
Yeah.
like, whoa,
wanna try.
there's a wood that's bright red naturally, and it's great for tone wood. I'm talking about Paducah.
Yep.
Well, guess what? It turns brown when you get sunlight on it, and it turns any clothes red or pink
Or dogs.
or any dogs.
White
pink.
dogs especially. And there was a certain kind, and we don't even know if that was actually Paducah, but I think it must have been.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I mean, it's right over there, that stand, that has a milky. Like,
Yeah, it's
and
like
we
it's
finished
almost
it
like a
with
mold.
oils, and it's like it keeps turning white, and you can wipe it off, and it goes back to the color, and it goes.
Yeah.
milky.
Anyways, all these different types of wood, which now I know that I'm not going to use most of those.
So you're never going to look at those again,
No.
and they're never.
No.
So what do you do with the stuff though that you have here?
I give it to you.
But the problem is that now I'm establishing an aesthetic. It's even hard to say.
Yeah. So in a couple of years, we're going to do another shop talk on your wood hoarding issues.
No, because I'm actually learned from you.
Oh, okay.
Like, this is a benefit though. Like, okay, not only does it help me learn stuff faster as far as like building guitars, means I maybe get a better sounding guitar quicker because I have somebody to ask as I go along. But it also means that I've already had these woods around to test.
Yeah.
I have no excuse to go out and buy it because I've tried it. It's here. I don't want Paducah. Because I kind of went through the same thing, but with the stands when we started making stands. Like, I wanted all those woods, but yeah. Herein lies then the issue. Like, what then? So like I have some, but what about these things that neither of us are going to use?
Yeah.
Yeah, like for example, do you happen to have more fingerboards than just those bloodwood that I have cut out that you may never use? Maybe.
I think I've got most of them.
He doesn't even know what he has.
Oh, yeah, that's part of the problem.
Yeah. Do you have tops that you have set aside
Yes. That I want.
for potential students? You know,
Laptops that I.
that's one way to, like, if somebody else wants to learn from you and we can have some students in here, then they could use some of these stuff that you may not because it doesn't fit your aesthetic.
Yeah. So that works well.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, except
As long
for
as
what
it's-
was happened the last time you went through your set of tops, which we go through them quite often.
Wait, which one? My good set and my good stash?
Yeah. Do you have enough there for how long?
Well, it depends which kind of wood I'm using.
How many tops do you have?
Well, and let's talk about cedar.
Okay.
I've got some gorgeous cedar tops.
Yeah. How many times do you use a cedar in a year?
I've never used a cedar top on an acoustic guitar.
So how many years do you have of cedar tops?
Well, infinity at this point.
Exactly. And like, so what?
But you know what? You know why I have them?
I don't. Actually.
Most of them, almost
except for
all of
the
them.
Port Orford because they smell nice.
Yeah, that's right. It's an air freshener. The cedar tops that I have, almost all of them, tell a story. I have cedar tops that I got from my friends on Sonora Island, who they salvaged the log.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous. It's this wide, quarter sawn.
Mm.
So they salvaged this log, and the grain is tight all across. It's got beautiful
Sounds like it'd be a
coloring in it.
great top. Why don't you use it?
Because cedar, the fibers of cedar are very fragile.
So
And
it's
when
not
a
a great
bridge-
top?
Well, I think I'm just too chicken to try it.
Okay.
I should just try it because I love the sound of cedar tops.
Okay.
But I've heard of, and I think it happens more often in classical guitars where your bridge is pulling on the top, as opposed to your bridge pins going through holes and pulling on the bridge plate underneath.
And it will rip off. It'll pull the fibers right off.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The bridge, when it comes unglued,
Yeah.
it'll come unglued, and that thin layer of glue on the bridge has little fibers all over it. So the little fibers of the cedar just shear really easily. So
But that wouldn't be
why-
such an issue if you had pins going through.
no,
'Cause
exactly.
It's not the same as
Yeah.
a classical guitar where all of the...
Yeah, I think part of my issue is I remember Sergey saying that he didn't like using cedar for steel string guitars because of that potential issue. So it's just one of those things I just need to go to counseling for, probably.
Or maybe I should just use one.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
Yeah. This is like, it's like pulling teeth. He's not going to use it. He's got an infinite... I'll be willing to try... no, I'm just not sure though yet if I'm ready to give up on that one. Because maybe one day I'll find a way to make it work.
Are there any other things that I...
Yes. So many things. What do you mean, are there any other things?
It's like it's... What?
Okay. Underneath his workbench,
Uh-huh.
we have a pile, 3 piles, 4 piles of backs and sides. Oh, I guess those are tops.
two, yeah. No, back and sides, those ones.
Those are back and sides?
Well, the backs and sides are up there because you don't fit.
Oh, right. And what's these? These are the top?
Yeah, those are all the tops.
What is this? Oh, sorry. What is this?
That's Redwood. That's the new Redwood.
Oh,
Which
these are
I
your
have
new
been
Redwood
using.
tops. He just bought some new tops.
I bought
They're
new tops.
gorgeous tops.
Because I love Redwood and I use it more now.
Because...
And I ran out.
So, when are you going to get around to using the cedar? There's a huge pile.
Uh-huh.
Goodness
Nice stuff,
gracious.
isn't it?
What's this pile here beside it?
That's all figured spruce and stuff.
You know, we
Yeah.
should probably just, slide the thing and say, bless me, Father, for I have a... I must confess that I am a wood hoarder.
Yeah.
I mean, this is
What was I gonna say?
just under his bench. And then up there, I mean, we just got so much wood.
Okay, let's look at it another way.
Okay.
Just for peace of mind for myself.
Yeah.
When you buy a piece of wood for a guitar,
Yeah.
especially if you're sawing it up yourself, it's you actually make money off it when it's turned into a guitar. When it's turned into a guitar and sold.
Yeah.
Because every guitar maker, or every successful guitar maker, is charging more an upcharge that is more than their cost of the wood
Right.
for the wood that they're using,
Okay.
which makes sense.
Yeah.
Basically, if you spend $200 on a back and side set,
Right.
some guitar makers will charge $400 for that set. Some guitar makers will charge $800 for that set.
Whoa.
Yeah, but in a way, using those more expensive woods can make these guitar makers a lot more money because their guitars, the tree mahogany,
Right.
a $5,000 guitar back and side set.
Right.
Some guitar makers are selling for 400%. So the upcharge is 400% their cost. So $5,000, that's $20,000 extra
What?
for a guitar. So all of a sudden they made $15,000 just because they used this $5,000 back and side set.
Wow.
Now to an extent, I think that's actually a good thing, because if somebody is going to be buying a very exotic or very endangered piece of wood,
Right.
they better have to pay a freaking lot of money.
Yeah, make it worth it.
Yeah.
Although in other ways, though, it makes it more desirable.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a double-edged sword, that one.
Yeah.
But why does that justify having so many? No, I thought you were going to say you need to have it, and you do need to season it to your shop, and you should have some around.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just go,
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to build some guitars, I'm going to go get the wood now.
Yeah.
Like, you do have to have it, to be fair.
Yeah, like necks, especially things I find.
Oh, we didn't even get into necks. How many mahogany necks do you have there?
A few.
That's not too many, actually. It's not too bad.
No.
Here's a question. How many walnut necks you got there?
More than I need.
How many walnut necks have you used in the last 3 years? 10 years, one. 10 years,
But
what,
it was
in the
nice.
last
I
5
loved
years?
it.
Yeah, in the last 5 years?
One? No.
Oh, you did. It was
Yeah.
okay. Okay.
But yeah, necks are one of those things that they're thick, so they need to be in your shop for a long time.
Let's just put it this way. You have enough walnut necks at current rate to last you for 100 years.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully I grow.
I mean, you're not even going to go live that long.
At current rate.
Maybe Kai will build with them.
Yeah, maybe.
You know.
It's an investment.
It's an investment for Kai.
That's what I'll always.
Let's get rolling.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, next you need to think ahead.
You do it, yeah. Okay.
You don't want to run out and have to wait a year for your neck to season.
Yeah. No, you
Or
don't.
use an unseasoned neck.
No.
And
That's ridiculous.
also things like bracing, I like to have that for a long time before.
Within reason, I think there is a good place. There is a place for
Am I
hoarding
within
wood.
reason?
No. Like, no, but I do appreciate it.
Yeah.
It has given me a lot of stuff to play with, you know,
Uh-huh.
at least some stuff to try.
Yeah.
As long as I don't touch the important piles. The actual piles that he may use at some point in the next 20 years. But yeah. So that is Confessions of a Wood Hoarder.
Yeah.
Essentially, though, where we're getting at is you kind of need to be a bit of a wood hoarder.
Yeah. I think so.
But if you go over the top...
There's also the idea of if you are... What?
Your voice went up.
Oh.
It's also the...
There's also, I'm trying to explain myself. There's also if you cater to a very customized customer group, then you would want to have more options available.
Right. If people were ordering custom orders and
Yeah.
and asking for things, yeah.
Now that's where it gets a bit tricky, because if you only have this type of wood, but a buyer doesn't want that kind of wood,
Right.
then you kind of want the other kind of wood.
Yeah.
I've moved away from that because I
Don't.
have enough, probably, and then also just that I don't want to. My options are my options.
Right.
It saves me time.
Part of it goes back to your aesthetic that
Yeah.
you've established
Yeah.
as well. You kind of don't want to go outside of that anymore.
exactly.
It's like you've now learned what you like.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean that does help.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It hasn't really helped a lot.
It's not a great
though.
excuse, but yeah.
It's still hard when we go through piles and we hold
Yeah.
on to much
Yeah.
of what is in here.
Yeah. But that's about sums up my
Yeah.
hoarding problems. Can we move on now?
Yeah, I think we can. I really do think it's a benefit to have. I would think even if I were building a bigger shop where you were sharing with other people, I would even have a wood storage area.
Yeah,
so you could
definitely.
organize it and feel like you could have it available.
And then you could also just go sit in there for a while.
Yeah.
Look at wood.
Some of us would want to do that. And I say some of us, I mean him. He has a wood problem. But it's a good thing. Considering what you're doing for a living,
Yeah.
it's actually a good thing.
Yeah.
And and if you want to talk wood, Or if you want to find out about wood, you ask him because he's probably got some in here that he can pull out and show you. Otherwise,
Probably, yeah.
if you want to use any of it, go somewhere else.
Alright.
And that's the lesson.
Okay.
When working with a wood hoarder,
Yes.
that's what you gotta learn. Cheers.
Alright, cheers.
All right, number
Over and out.
34.
Thanks for watching my issues.
Peace.